Power. It shapes nations, builds empires, and defines human relationships. Yet most people misunderstand it. They chase power blindly, misuse it recklessly, or fear it completely. Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power is not just a book. It is a manual for navigating the hidden rules of influence, strategy, and control that govern the world. Greene spent years studying history's greatest leaders, generals, and thinkers. From Machiavelli to Napoleon, from Sun Tzu to Queen Elizabeth. What he discovered is that power follows patterns. Those who understand these patterns rise. Those who ignore them fall. Think about your own life. In the workplace, in friendships, even in family dynamics, power is always at play. Who gets respect? Who makes decisions? Who influences others? Greene argues that power is not about brute force. It is about subtle strategy, psychology, and timing. The book is controversial because it is brutally honest. It does not sugarcoat human nature. It reveals the manipulations, the games, the masks people wear. Some call it dangerous. Others call it genius. But one thing is certain. It is unforgettable. In this cinematic summary, we will explore the essence of Greene's 48 Laws. We'll uncover why appearances matter more than intentions, why silence can be more powerful than words, why friends can be more dangerous than enemies, and why timing is everything. This is not about becoming ruthless. It is about becoming aware. Because whether you like it or not, power is part of life. And if you don't understand the laws of power, you risk being controlled by those who do. Stay with me until the end, because this journey will not only reveal the strategies of kings and conquerors, it will show you how to navigate the power games in your own life. Whether you seek influence, protection, or simply awareness, the 48 Laws of Power is a guide you cannot ignore. Robert Greene begins with the first 12 laws, which reveal how power seduces, manipulates, and reshapes human behavior. These laws are not about brute force. They are about subtle influence, appearances, and strategy. Law 1: Never outshine the master. Greene warns that making your superiors feel insecure is dangerous. If you are too talented, too brilliant, or too visible, you risk provoking envy. History is filled with protégés destroyed because they outshone their masters. The lesson: make your superiors feel comfortable, not threatened. Law 2: Never put too much trust in friends. Friends can betray out of emotion. Enemies, however, often prove more loyal because they have something to prove. Greene advises caution. Trust actions, not words. Law 3: Conceal your intentions. Power thrives on mystery. People know your plans, they can resist them. By concealing intentions, you keep others off balance. Law 4: Always say less than necessary. Words reveal too much. Silence creates mystery. When you speak less, people fill the gaps with their imagination, often giving you more credit than you deserve. Law 5: So much depends on reputation. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Guard it with your life. A strong reputation intimidates rivals and attracts allies. Law 6: Court attention at all costs. Visibility is power. People don't notice you, you don't exist. Greene shows how leaders throughout history used spectacle, drama, and boldness to command attention. Law 7: Get others to do the work for you. Delegation is not laziness, it is strategy. Use the skills of others to advance your goals, but always take credit for the results. Law 8: Make others come to you. Chasing people weakens your position. When you make others come to you, you control the terms. Power is about drawing others into your orbit. Law 9: Win through actions, never through argument. Arguments rarely change minds. Actions do. Demonstrate your point through results, not words. Law 10: Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Negativity is contagious. Greene warns that associating with the miserable drags you down. Surround yourself with energy, success, and positivity. Law 11: Learn to keep people dependent on you. People need you, they cannot betray you. Power grows when others rely on your skills, resources, or influence. Law 12: Use selective honesty and generosity. A single act of honesty can disarm suspicion. A small gift can win loyalty. Greene shows how generosity, used strategically, becomes a weapon of influence. Together, these 12 laws reveal the seductive nature of power. They show how appearances, reputation, and subtle manipulation shape human behavior. Greene does not moralize. He simply reveals the rules of the game. Whether you use them or defend against them, understanding these laws is essential. Think about your own life. Have you ever outshone a boss and faced backlash? Have you trusted a friend who betrayed you? Have you spoken too much and regretted it? These laws are not abstract. They are real, practical, and dangerous. The seduction of power begins with awareness. Once you see the hidden rules, you cannot unseen them. And once you understand them, you can begin to play the game wisely. After seduction comes strategy. Laws 13 through 24 reveal how power is not just about appearances. It is about careful planning, manipulation, and control. Greene shows us that those who master strategy can bend situations to their advantage. Law 13, when asking for help, appeal to self-interest. People rarely act out of pure generosity. Greene advises, don't beg for mercy or loyalty. Instead, show how helping you benefits them. Appeal to self-interest, not compassion. Law 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. Information is power. Greene explains that the best way to gather intelligence is to appear friendly while quietly observing. Knowledge of others' weaknesses and desires gives you leverage. Law 15, crush your enemy totally. Half measures invite revenge. Greene warns, if you must defeat an enemy, do it completely. Leaving them wounded but alive ensures they will strike back later. Law 16, use absence to increase respect and honor. Constant presence breeds familiarity, and familiarity breeds contempt. By withdrawing strategically, you make people value your return. Absence creates mystery and respect. Law 17, keep others in suspended terror. Unpredictability is a weapon. If people cannot predict your actions, they cannot control you. Greene shows how leaders used surprise and unpredictability to dominate. Law 18, do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Greene warns that cutting yourself off makes you vulnerable. Power comes from staying engaged, gathering information, and influencing networks. Law 19, know who you're dealing with. Not everyone reacts the same way. Greene advises, study people carefully. Some are sensitive, some are aggressive, some are cunning. Misjudging them can be fatal. Law 20, do not commit to anyone. Commitment makes you predictable. Greene suggests remaining neutral, playing both sides, and keeping options open. This way you maintain control. Law 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker. Appearing less intelligent than you are disarms opponents. Greene shows how pretending to be weak or naive makes others underestimate you, giving you the upper hand. Law 22, use the surrender tactic. Sometimes retreat is more powerful than resistance. By surrendering temporarily, you conserve energy, lull opponents into complacency, and prepare for a stronger comeback. Law 23, concentrate your forces. Scattered energy achieves little. Greene advises focusing resources, attention, and effort on one decisive goal. Concentration creates impact. Law 24, play the perfect courtier. In hierarchical settings, survival depends on charm, diplomacy, and subtlety. Greene explains how the perfect courtier flatters, adapts, and influences without appearing threatening. Together, these 12 laws reveal the strategies of power. They show how manipulation, unpredictability, and careful planning shape outcomes. Greene does not encourage cruelty. He reveals reality. Power is a game, and those who ignore the rules lose. Think about your own life. Have you ever asked for help and been ignored because you appealed to compassion instead of self-interest? Have you ever revealed too much, only to have it used against you? Have you ever underestimated someone who later outmaneuvered you? These laws are not abstract. They are practical, dangerous, and timeless. The strategies of power remind us that influence is not about brute force. It is about subtlety, timing, and awareness. Those who master these strategies rise. Those who ignore them fall. Power is not static. It shifts, evolves, and adapts. In Laws 25 through 36, Robert Greene reveals the dynamics of power, how identity, timing, and perception shape influence. These laws show that power is a living force, constantly in motion. Law 25 Recreate yourself. Greene explains that powerful people do not accept the role society gives them. They reinvent themselves. By shaping your image, you control how others see you. Reinvention is the art of power. Law 26 Keep your hands clean. Appearances matter. Powerful people avoid being associated with messy actions. They let others do the dirty work while maintaining a spotless image. Law 27 Play on people's need to believe. Humans crave belief. Greene shows how leaders throughout history created cult-like followings by offering hope, vision, or ideology. Power grows when you tap into this need. Law 28 Enter action with boldness. Hesitation breeds weakness. Boldness inspires confidence. Greene advises, when you act decisively. Boldness creates momentum. Law 29 Plan all the way to the end. Power requires foresight. Greene warns that without planning, you risk being blindsided. By envisioning the end, you prepare for obstacles and control outcomes. Law 30 Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Struggle invites doubt. Greene explains that powerful people hide the effort behind their success. They make achievements look natural, inevitable, and graceful. Law 31 Control the options. The best way to control people is not to restrict them, but to give them choices that all benefit you. Greene calls this controlling the cards. Law 32 Play to people's fantasies. Reality is harsh. People prefer illusions. Greene shows how offering fantasy, dreams of wealth, success, or love, wins influence. Law 33 Discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weakness. Greene advises, study people until you find the lever that controls them. It may be fear, desire, or insecurity. Once you know it, you hold power. Law 34 Be royal in your own fashion. Carry yourself with dignity. Greene explains that powerful people project confidence and authority, regardless of their circumstances. Royalty is a state of mind. Law 35 Master the art of timing. Timing is everything. Greene shows how striking too early or too late ruins opportunities. Power comes from patience, waiting for the perfect moment. Law 36 Disdain things you cannot have. Desire makes you weak. Greene advises ignoring what you cannot obtain. By showing indifference, you appear stronger, and often the unattainable comes to you. Together, these 12 laws reveal the dynamics of power. They show how reinvention, boldness, timing, and perception shape influence. Greene's message is clear. Power is not fixed. It is fluid, and those who adapt rise. Think about your own life. Have you ever reinvented yourself to escape old limitations? Have you ever acted boldly and gained respect? Have you ever lost an opportunity because of poor timing? These laws are not abstract. They are practical, dangerous, and timeless. The dynamics of power remind us that influence is not about brute force. It is about image, timing, and psychology. Those who master these dynamics rise. Those who ignore them fall. Robert Greene closes his masterpiece with the final 12 laws, the mastery of power. These laws reveal how spectacle, perception, and detachment allow power to be sustained over time. They are the culmination of centuries of strategy, showing how the greatest leaders and manipulators secured influence that lasted beyond their lifetimes. Law 37 Create compelling spectacles. People are drawn to drama and theater. Greene explains that powerful figures use spectacle to captivate attention. A grand gesture, a bold display, or a symbolic act can inspire loyalty and awe. Law 38 Think as you like but behave like others. Rebellion invites danger. Greene advises blending in outwardly while keeping your true thoughts private. This way, you avoid unnecessary resistance while maintaining inner freedom. Law 39 Stir up waters to catch fish. Agitation creates opportunity. Greene shows how provoking emotion in others makes them reveal weaknesses. By stirring the waters, you gain advantage. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Nothing is truly free. Greene warns that accepting gifts or favors makes you dependent. Pay your own way to maintain independence and respect. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Replacing a legend is dangerous. Greene advises creating your own path instead of living in someone else's shadow. Originality is power. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Influence flows from leaders. Greene explains that removing or neutralizing a leader destabilizes their followers. Target the source, not the crowd. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Power is not just external. Greene shows that winning loyalty requires emotional influence. Speak to people's desires, fears, and hopes. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Mirroring others exposes their behavior and frustrates them. Greene explains how reflecting people's actions back at them can neutralize aggression. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Radical change invites backlash. Greene advises gradual reform so people adapt without resistance. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Perfection provokes envy. Greene warns that showing flaws makes you relatable and reduces resentment. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. Victory can breed arrogance. Greene explains that pushing too far after success invites downfall. Know when to stop. Law 48. Assume formlessness. The ultimate law. Adaptability. Greene teaches that rigid structures are vulnerable. By being fluid, flexible, and unpredictable, you cannot be pinned down. Formlessness is invincibility. Together, these 12 laws reveal the mastery of power. They show how spectacle, perception, and adaptability sustain influence. Greene's message is clear. Power is not just gained, it must be maintained. Think about your own life. Have you ever tried to replace someone admired, only to be compared unfavorably? Have you ever pushed too far after success and faced backlash? Have you ever adapted fluidly and avoided defeat? These laws are not abstract. They are practical, dangerous, and timeless. The mastery of power reminds us that influence is not about brute force. It is about spectacle, psychology, and adaptability. Those who master these laws rise above history. Those who ignore them fade into obscurity. Now that we've explored Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power, from the seduction of influence to the strategies of manipulation to the dynamics of timing and reinvention, and finally the mastery of spectacle and adaptability, one truth becomes clear: power is everywhere. It shapes politics, business, relationships, and even everyday interactions. Whether you seek influence, protection, or simply awareness, understanding these laws gives you an edge. Greene does not tell us to be ruthless. He tells us to be aware. Because those who ignore the laws of power risk being controlled by those who understand them. Think about what you've learned. Never outshine the master. Conceal your intentions. Plan all the way to the end. Assume formlessness. These are not just historical lessons. They are strategies for survival and success today. But remember, knowledge without action is useless. The real transformation comes when you apply these laws in your own life. When you observe dynamics at work, when you recognize manipulation in relationships, when you adapt fluidly to challenges, that is when power becomes real. If this cinematic summary inspired you, imagine the impact of reading the full book. Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power has been called the most influential manual on strategy and human behavior of our time. Millions have read it. Leaders, entrepreneurs, and creators continue to use it as a guide. And now it's your turn. Get your copy from Amazon, link is given below in description. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Because every week, we bring you cinematic book summaries that don't just inform, they transform.